Woman got touched by pervert cop. What if a crime is committed by a law enforcer himself? In a few minutes, you'll learn just how terrible police wrongdoing can be. From upsetting conversations with helpless homeless women to illegal romances while on the job to unpleasant interactions with innocent youngsters. Come with us and we'll show you the dark secrets that hide in the realm of power. First case on our list is a Washington State officer who falls for a trap. Trevor Smith, a former Washington State Patrol officer, was arrested after engaging in text.
So the story goes something like this. A 30-year-old Trevor Smith had responded to an ad placed by an undercover officer as part of a sting operation set up by the Seattle Police Department's Internet Crimes Against Children unit. The operation's goal was to catch people involved in the sexual exploitation and abuse of minors. Smith fell for this trap and believed he was trading graphic messages with the mother of two young girls. He went so far as to offer the woman sexual access to abuse his own 9-month-old son.
With a lady he thought was giving him sex with her two young kids, ages 6 and 11. Trevor Smith, a 30-year-old State Patrol trooper, was sentenced to 10 years in jail for attempting to sexually assault two children. He'd responded to an ad published by an undercover investigator as part of a sting operation organized by the Seattle Police Department's Online Crimes Against Children section.
He then went to a nearby convenience store to buy some contraceptives. Smith then met the woman at the hotel, where he expected to find two girls in a room. However, he was greeted by police officers who promptly arrested him. According to the police, Smith admitted that he had sexual interest in children for quite some time, but had never acted on it before, until this incident at least. Once the case came to light, Smith was removed from his duties as a state trooper. As parents and Washingtonians ourselves, we are shocked and deeply disappointed by these serious and significant allegations, said Sergeant Darren Wright, a public information officer for Washington State Patrol. To ensure a fair and transparent process, WSP cannot and will not be involved in the investigation. He had worked for the State Patrol as a commercial vehicle enforcement officer assigned to the school bus inspection program. A prosecutor's spokesperson confirmed that no children were present when he conducted safety inspections on the buses.
Smith agreed to meet the woman at a Kirkland restaurant to discuss the details of his intended sexual assault of her two imaginary young girls after days of chatting back and forth with the undercover cop. He then went to a nearby convenience store and purchased some contraception. When the matter became public, Smith was relieved of his responsibilities as a state trooper, and his wife secured a temporary domestic violence protection order banning him from returning to his house within 100 miles. In King County Superior Court, Smith was accused of 2 charges of attempted first-degree rape of a minor. He was out on bond until January 2023 when the matter was transferred to federal court in May 2021. He admitted to trying to seduce a minor and was punished in the Western District of Washington by the U.S. District Court. Next is Okaloosa County officer grooms child gets caught.
The girl's mother found inappropriate material on her daughter's cell phone and reported it to the police. The Polk County Sheriff's Office launched an investigation, which revealed that Sadler had messaged the victim through an online interactive mobile game called The Wolf. In an attempt to manipulate the young girl into sending nude photos of herself and to meet up for a sexual encounter, Sadler created alternative personalities for himself. The first one was an 11-year-old girl named Jade, who played and communicated in the game with the victim, who also portrayed herself as an 11-year-old. The second persona was of a 31-year-old adult male named Jason, who was a friend of Jade's dad. Sadler attempted to groom the little girl using Jade's persona by telling her about her sexual relations with Jason. The communication lasted from the morning of June 8th through the afternoon of June 9th. During that time, Sadler sent the young girl 3 pornographic images and several sexually explicit messages. Despite this short time frame, Sadler was still successful in obtaining a few nude pictures of the 9-year-old victim. Fortunately, the girl's older sister realized that something was terribly wrong and told their mother. As the mother's checking through her kid's phone, Sadler called the girl, acting as Jason, on her phone. The mom answered the call, and that was it for Sadler's little game. The mother reported the whole incident to the Polk County Police Department.
A sheriff's officer from the Florida Panhandle was arrested and charged in Polk County for using a gambling app to prey on a 9-year-old Winter Haven child. Okaloosa County Deputy Kansas Timothy Sadler Jr. was arrested after investigators say he exchanged nude pictures with the young girl through The Wolf, an online interactive mobile game, in an attempt to manipulate the girl into sending nude photos of herself and meeting up for a sexual encounter. Sadler constructed 2 different identities for himself, an 11-year-old girl named Jay and a 31-year-old adult guy named Jason. Despite the limited time span, Sadler was able to capture a few naked photos of the 9-year-old victim. The mother reported the event to Polk County Police, and detectives tracked the contact to a computer IP address at Sadler's house in Okaloosa County and informed authorities.
But I can tell you, you don't arrive at the age of 41 years old and do this for the first time. He didn't just happen to be on a gaming site grooming a 9-year-old child, and that's what he did. When he groomed her, he told her he wanted to meet her for sex. He being Jason and Jade, he was playing two roles. When he found out our victim lived on the east side of the county, he said, "Oh, I live in Lakeland."
When Sadler was arrested, he was dismissed from the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department. Sutton Sadler, a Polk County police officer, was charged with several counts of distributing information harmful to kids and using an electronic device to encourage sexual behavior with a juvenile while misrepresenting his age, according to the text's most essential sections. The third case is Miami-Dade lieutenant abusing his own relative. Braulio Gonzalez, a Miami-Dade police lieutenant, was arrested on 7 charges of sexual and lascivious abuse of a minor and a single count of hiding on the wrong side of the law, accused of a heinous crime.
And she disclosed that Gonzalez had touched her inappropriately from 2011 to 2013. The victim also told an interviewer from the Florida Department of Children and Families that the first time Gonzalez molested her, he had a gun pointed at her head and threatened to harm her loved ones if she tried to rat him out to anyone. This horrific threat was probably the reason why it took her so long to speak up. According to arrest warrants and court documents, Gonzalez had led the victim to his bedroom and instructed her to lie down on his bed. He then put on a movie and lay down next to her, where he began rubbing her stomach and eventually touched her inappropriately. He also forced the minor to touch his private parts. But the story didn't end there.
A child.
So I am ordering you to stay away from the victim, okay? I'm contact with the victim.
Yes,
All right.
Gonzalez escorted the victim to his bedroom and told her to lie down on his bed. He then turned on a movie and sat next to her, stroking her stomach and ultimately touching her improperly. He also made the minor touch his privates. 9 months after the first allegation, another juvenile girl accused Gonzalez of entering a washroom and observing her shower while she was between the ages of 9 and 11. According to police documents, Gonzalez reportedly attacked 3 of his ex-girlfriends before allegations that led to his incarceration. Gonzalez's attorney was able to reach an agreement that permitted him to await trial while under home arrest. Gonzalez was exonerated of any misconduct by Miami-Dade police and permitted to maintain his employment. Gonzalez was condemned to life in prison in 2022 by Judge Miguel De Lau after a lengthy legal fight. At the hearing, Gonzalez exhibited no remorse and refused to apologize to his victims. And that's all for today's video. If you found our video informative, then please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Thanks for watching.